right, guys. So before we hop into today's podcast, I'm actually going to do a shout out here now. I also want to take some time to talk to you guys about how frustrating it can be to be a YouTuber. And I don't think a lot of people really understand how much time and effort goes into creating a video on YouTube, especially if you're trying to put up the best content that you possibly can. So our YouTuber that I'm shouting out today is his channel is called Drunk Grilling. We've shouted him out in the past. He's sitting right now at like 200 subscribers, and he uploads content pretty much every single week. He has weekly content on his channel. So to see a person uploading so much content and his videos are longer, they are well edited, it's kind of frustrating to witness that. I know what it was like in the very beginning whenever I first started my channel, trying to make it past 1,000 subscribers. It was definitely a challenge. Now we're sitting right here at 10,000 subscribers, and that has definitely been a challenge as well. So I don't want to sit here and ramble though to you guys. Towards the end of this video, I'm actually going to take some of his content he's offered to showcase right here on the channel for you guys to check out. And also, you're going to have an opportunity here to help out right now with what's going on worldwide. You have an opportunity to use a piece of software. You'll get to see it later on in the podcast though, but you can use this software to help out with what's going on with our epidemic. I'm not going to sit here and say the name of it. There's no telling what's going to happen to a video. They might not monetize my video in that case. I think you guys have probably heard of that if you've been following YouTube very closely. But I feel like that's everything I should say right here at the beginning. Major shout out to Drunk Grilling. You definitely want to check this channel out, especially if you have a good sense of humor, you like food, you will enjoy this channel. But that's it, guys. Let's hop into our podcast. All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Beer Money podcast, where we talk about ways to make money online with paying smartphone applications and paying websites. So we have a ton of information to get into, and I'm really going to try and get the best information for each one of these sites up for you guys to check out. And, if you're listening once again over at Anchor, I'm going to try and be as detailed as possible about these websites so you can learn how to make the most money out of them and see that they are 100% legitimate paying websites that you can really easily use. And I feel like videos like these are becoming really important with what's going on right now. There's no doubt about whether people need to come up with money right now. A lot of people are still waiting for their checks to come in from the government, since we're all supposed to be getting some money from the government here. And I feel like this is really going to help pave the way for a lot of people to have some extra money to do things that they really need to right now. So getting right into things though, we are taking a look at our first website, which is called Fruit Lab. Now, if you knew back in the day about this website that was called Earn Honey, it let you play these videos passively, and you could come up with free prepaid digital visas, free PayPal cash outs, free Amazon gift cards. And this website, though it is not passive, 100% passive like Earn Honey was back in the day, it is still a video watching site that has really not been talked about here on YouTube very much. And the videos are actually pretty passive here. So you've got videos that range from a few minutes to around 10 minutes. You can upload videos to this website, so you can make some money by uploading content. If someone views your content, you will earn a currency on this website that is called pips. So I'm sitting right now at close to a $5 cash out with Fruit Lab. I've already cashed out before. I 100% know that they pay. This is a legitimate paying website, and all you have to do is click videos and let videos play. And if you're a fan of video games, it's even better. If you're not though, don't necessarily really have to pay much attention to these videos. You just go from one video to the next video, earn your pips, which are capped. That's the one thing to say about this website. The pips, they cap out. It ranges because it varies via IP. So like with your IP address and your location, you may earn less, you may earn a little more. So in the beginning though, they were paying out right at $1 every single day. So if I had to tell you guys how much you can make out of the site every single month, it's easily between $10 to like $25 at this point is what you could see come out of this website every single month if you do the videos. It doesn't take very long to make it. over here to your cap, whatever your cap is for that day. It's easy to make it to that point. Now, hopefully we'll see this website start to pay even more. They talked about how with everything that's going on, ad revenue is kind of fluctuating. So companies are actually pulling back their ad revenue in some cases for websites like these, and the revenue has actually gone down for some sites. So I really hope in the future that we see back to $1 a day or maybe even more out of this website, or some sort of a perk system that comes along with it that it would allow you to earn even more. So that's something to be said. Now, moving on to our next website though, we have user testing over here. So if you've never been a part of giving feedback for products, maybe even a website, it could be a bunch of different things that you could give your feedback for. This is an opportunity for you to do just that. Now, the one thing about this website is they pay high. They pay very, very well whenever you actually give feedback here. Basically, this is like user testing is basically a focus group. If you've ever heard of any sort of focus groups online, there's a few others that actually pay you pretty decently as well. Now, I've heard that a couple of those sites, they have a tendency to take a while to actually pay you out. So this is one of those sites that actually pays you very well. You're going to get paid pretty fast here once you redeem your money here. And overall, it's an opportunity for you to sit at home, actually come up with some okay money as opposed to just a few dollars here and there. You could see anywhere between $40, $100 or even more throughout the month working with this site. So recently over in my Discord, someone had discussed how within one night they had made $40. So easy $10 if you put your time in every day to every single other day, you could see some okay money here. So now you will have to download some software to get started here. Now this is just going to allow you to sit here and record yourself. So you're going to have a microphone, and you're also going to have a camera to sit here and work with this website. So most people have a laptop though, so I mean, this is not super complicated here. You should definitely check out user testing. So I'm going to have links, of course, for every single one of these below for you guys to check out if you want to. Now, I've talked about Beermoney.world here a couple of times in each of these podcasts that I've put up. Now, if you're not familiar with any Get Paid To websites, Beermoney.world is a very simple Get Paid To website that cuts out all of the useless offers. We've said this before, and I know you guys have heard it a couple of times. Bear with me here because it really is. It's one of the better sites that's online right now that you could make money with, especially if you're checking out these Get Paid To websites. So, but it cuts out all of the useless offers. Any of the offers that a person would never do on these sites, the ones that no one really looks at, it cuts all of those out. The ones that pay you next to nothing, it cuts them out. It allows you to easily get started on a Get Paid To website if it is your first experience with one. This is where you could have a really good experience. Now, I want to point out the fact that it has Hideout TV, which is a video watching platform if you've never heard of this stuff. Hideout TV allows you to sit here and play these videos. You generate these points. You then take the points, you convert them over to a cash balance right here in your Beermoney.world account, and then you can cash out for, of course, prepaid digital Visas, Amazon gift cards, PayPal cash outs, cryptocurrencies, whatever you would like. It's right here on this website. So I guess some final things to really sit here and say are, yeah, if you're working with Hideout TV, I had a question about this recently in a live stream. Someone asked me as far as like the payout rate for Hideout TV. They pay out 85% of what they're making out of this is pretty much 15% of the earnings here. Now, it even goes further than that with these guys over at AdSense Media, who are the ones that have Hideout TV. For someone hosting a website like this, and a lot of people don't understand this stuff, but for someone hosting a website like this, whenever they're paid out, if they're wanting to be paid out very quickly from AdSense Media, who oversees Hideout TV, they have to take it an even further cut with the money that the Get Paid To website owner, what he's getting, he would take an even further cut to be paid out very quickly. So chances are he's maybe making 7% of this revenue from Hideout TV. These videos is actually going to him, which is not a lot. He's paying out as much as he possibly could with this website. This is how you guys are able to get the best rate possible and the most money out of a site like this. So now we'll move on once again, because right after this, pretty much the as far as get paid to websites, right up here at the top. I know a lot of you guys already know about Reward XP. This is another high paying get paid to website that you could check out here. So I could go further into detail for get paid to websites. You just heard a basic bit of information about these get paid to websites. I'll take this opportunity to talk to you guys about surveys here. So you have with Reward XP, you have your surveys. Now I really recommend checking out those. And one of the major pluses with Reward XP is over here they have RXP surveys. So a lot of people have been saying that they have a really good experience with the RXP surveys. So I would recommend for you guys to maybe consider doing your videos over at Hideout TV, maybe come over here and do your surveys over at Reward XP. So lots of opportunities. Another thing about Reward XP is they pay out so high as well. This is one of the highest paying get paid to websites. If you're on a get paid to website right now, you want to drop that website and you want to come first over here to Beermoney.world, and then you want to come right over to Reward XP and check out Reward XP as well, because they pay the most. It makes more sense for you. If maybe InstaGC would be the only one to really sit here and consider, because InstaGC will pay you your gift cards instantly, but of course their rates are going to be somewhat lower. So I would tell you guys overall, these first two get paid to websites are the ones that you would like to go to. Now, moving on from that, though, we have Amazon Mechanical Turk. I've talked about this one a few different times here on my channel. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. It can be very simple, and it can be a little bit complicated for a person that's just hopping into using Amazon Mechanical Turk. That's if you can even qualify to get into Amazon's Mechanical Turk. So you might sign up, and you might find that they are not willing to let you in and start making money with of course, Turk. So you have all of these different opportunities. They're called hits. Now, if you look into your account, you see that you have some hits. You'll notice over on the right, you have a section that says qualify for hits, for these hits. And then you also have the opportunity to accept and immediately work and do those hits. Now, there's some additional information which I can put down below, which would help you guys to get started here. There is a way that you can add additional scripts into Chrome. So you could put these scripts in using a Chrome extension, and then you can kind of separate each of the hits that you would really want to qualify for. I'll probably post a link to that information to help you guys get started with that. If you really want to pursue Turk. Now, I know a lot of people, they're looking to make money very, very quickly here. So I'm getting like a ton of Facebook notifications right now for things that I have listed. Like I've got a TV. I get free stuff online, so I'm selling things online right now. But staying focused here, let's try to, God willing. All of these opportunities within Turk, you can be paid out directly to your bank account. You can also be paid out directly into your Amazon balance. So you have the option to add a bank account, and really, really awesome website overall. I have made some really okay money. It's kind of saved me here in some situations where I've really needed money to actually sit and do each one of these hits as many times as I possibly could. It adds up over time. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you put the work in, you will see your money start to accumulate here. So, and it seems it's under, what's the way to put it? It is underwhelming at first because you feel like you're not really making a lot. But then whenever you notice, like throughout the day, you put in a couple of hours, and then maybe you put in another hour or two throughout, like right before you're about to go to sleep, and then you do that here and there throughout the week, you notice it really starts to build up over time. So there are opportunities to do surveys right here through Amazon's Mechanical Turk, and just all different, I'm trying to think, transcribing, all sorts of different odd jobs that you can do right here. You would really just have to get a feel for it. So the information that I post down below would definitely give you a decent start here if you're just starting out. So we will move on to our final website. This is a lot of information, guys. I'm going to take a decent amount of time to talk about VogueNow because this site has been around for some time, and no one has really portrayed this site from the aspect that it really needs to. So I'm not going to sit here and defend this website. Now, I know that a lot of people have had a similar experience to what I have had with this website. Now, if you notice here, I have around 6,265 flow. That's what they call it, their currency. And in order for you to be paid out from this website, you have got to have pretty much a card sent to you in the mail. This is a shout out directly to the people over at VogueNow who currently have scammed me. That's how I feel right now. Now, I'm going to add it to this video because I know that people are able to come to this website. People have been paid, and they're able to really easily make some money out of the site. I know that some people are having a very, very good experience with the site. But once you get that card in the mail, you take it, you verify your account, and then you're able to cash out. So what happened here is I had it sent to myself, my accurate address. It never showed up in the mail. And I also contacted these guys via email. Not only did I contact them via email, I had a couple of friends that reached out to them via email and had zero response as to why I did not receive my card in the mail. So we're going to give you guys some further details because I'm going to give these guys an opportunity to redeem themselves. And if not, then I'm going to mark them as a scam and tell everyone to avoid this company till the end of time. I will tell you, I was one of the unlucky ones. I want to say here as well that other people over at Reddit, Beermoney.world, have had a similar experience with this site of not being paid. So shame on these guys. Also, there were a bunch of pending payments here recently where people were not being paid out. Now, it looks like they sent out an email to everyone and let them know that they have new campaigns over here. People are now allowed to cash out. Apparently people are once again being paid again. And we'll take some time to give these guys an opportunity here to showcase themselves right here on my channel. You have each of these trailers that you can watch on VogueNow. Now, it's really simple. You just watch the trailer, and then you're just going to have to interact with the trailer and give kind of a basic opinion here for what you think about this trailer. Was it good? Was it bad? How do you feel about the trailer? So very simple stuff to actually sit here and do. It takes very little time to go through and accumulate enough to make it to a $5 Amazon cash out. So guys, these right now are websites that you can go to. You will make some money out of. It is guaranteed. You will, well, maybe minus VogueNow. I don't know about this one. But right now, these websites will pay you for your time. So if you've been struggling out here with everything that's going on, if money is so tight to the point that you feel like you're suffocating. I mean, if you're stuck at home, you're suffocating, and then your bank account is suffocating. This is a way that you can possibly alleviate that situation. So, I really don't want to sit here and ramble past this point. You guys have kind of a basic understanding for what each of these websites is about. Now, there is definitely more content that is along the way here. I'm about to start focusing a little more on reviews on my second channel. If you didn't know, I do have a second channel that is called eCash Society. If you want to see condensed and shorter reviews, but maybe a little bit more detailed reviews for some of the websites and applications that we discuss here within this podcast, you can check out my second channel for that. Now, lastly, guys, I told you guys in the previous podcast that I was interviewed by a Japanese news network, which was called NHK, and yeah, we should see some information about this on one of my future podcasts. And well, how should I go about this? We will see some information about what that broadcast, what it consisted of. I'm going to try and actually get some information for them about what it was very specifically, how they put everything together for that broadcast. So I want to give you guys an idea for what it was like. I'll try to get the actual broadcast and show some footage here in a future podcast. But I guess lastly here, we'll have another podcast this upcoming week. And yeah, overall, all I can really tell you guys is to try and focus on the positive things that are going on right now. With all of this stuff that's going on combined, really try to sit here and just focus on anything that's positive. Now, if you can do something like this, if you're having a tough time emotionally, That's another thing as well. If you're struggling emotionally, do something like this. You'll have accomplished something. You'll feel better about yourself. I really believe that, and you'll put some money in your pocket at the same time. So, but yeah, I think that's everything, guys. I'll see you in the next podcast.
Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can fight coronavirus at home while just drinking a beer. Before I get into this, I'm going to clarify that if you have something that's really old, and you probably think, well, every little bit counts, and I got this old machine, actually you're probably doing worse, because you might be using, let's say, $20 of electricity to accomplish 2 cents of research and development work. But anyways, what I'm talking about is an app you can download for your PC. It's called Folding at Home. What it does is it does mathematical calculations using your CPU and GPU to do scientific research to help fight and understand the coronavirus. If you didn't already know, YouTube has been demonetizing and pulling down some videos for people using the term coronavirus. Oh shit, I just used it again.
The beer virus or human malware. I can't really say the exact name, or else YouTube's algorithm, unfortunately, will just make this video basically disappear.
Why they're doing this is beyond me, but it's time YouTube grows up, puts on their big boy pants. If they don't like it, they can have a grilled bratwurst in their mouth for all I care. Let's show you how you can set up this program and you can help contribute to fighting the problem.
Right here on this website, Folding at Home, you can download the installer for this right here. You just click save, and once it's downloaded, you can open this. Go ahead and run it. I will put a link for all this in the description. In this video, I'm going to start up an identity. So I'm going to do start folding with an identity. Now here, you need a name. So we'll just use a name. You can't use a space. I'm going to use an underscore. Now for team number, you don't have to have a team number, but if you want to join a team, it's basically just for adding up score, and I guess it's kind of meaningless. But so right here, the team number, I'm going to put in this team number. This is the Linus Tech Tips team number. I will put this team number in the description as well. Then next we have a passkey here. So you don't have to have a passkey, but if you want to get a passkey, you go here and put in your name and email in, and you get a passkey. A passkey kind of just keeps track of like your work and what you've done. Maybe you want to do it, maybe you don't. I went ahead and did it. So up here in my email, you'll get an email like this, and you just get a passkey, and you just copy this passkey, and then you get that into right here, your passkey. So right here, just have your name. You can make anything up. The team number, I'm almost certain you don't need a team number. And the passkey, you don't really need that either, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I'm just going to hit save. Right here where it says I'm supporting research fighting, if you select any disease, it'll give you as much of the
beer virus
research workloads as it possibly can. Okay, so this is the web browser interface. It tends to be a little glitchy. Honestly, I don't even mess with that. I just mess with this right here and the advanced control. Right now it's using my CPU to do a job. And this project number, this is for a different type of illness. This is not related to the coronavirus. Most of what I found our coronavirus use the GPU. And up here you can select your workload. I leave it at medium just because I have somewhat of a high-end system, I guess you could say, so I can handle it fairly well. If you're gaming, you'll notice it and you'll want to hit pause. But up here, you can click on your name. Once you click on this, it'll show you how many workloads you've completed, things like that. Your score. The only thing I can think of the score is 4. Maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, it's only just for kind of, I don't know, a ranking system that you can kind of look at and see how you're doing compared to others or whatever, I guess. It seems to be like these times I think are fairly accurate here in the estimated time once it kind of gets going a little bit. This number right here, the project number, if your numbers are between the ranges on the screen right now, I'm posting the video, if your numbers are between those, you're working for the coronavirus. At least that's what I've been told. So I actually got a remote computer here. On this remote computer, I'm running it too on this remote computer. I got 2 machines running it. This one's not as powerful and the video card isn't nearly as good, but it basically stays on all the time anyway as a server, so. And it has a lot of unused CPU usage, so, might as well throw it at it. I mean, sure it's going to cost a little bit more electricity, but you know, I want to help out as much as I can at this point. Now, I want to point something out about this folding at home, is that you may see this is running, or you may see that it's not running. And just because it's not running and you don't have a workload, that is fairly normal, because you're kind of on standby to do CPU and GPU work when there's a demand for it. If there's no demand for it, you know, then your computer's going to be sitting there not doing the job. But I found that most of the time I have this open, I'm handed work. But some of the time, like, you know, I may not have a CPU job, or vice versa. But for the most part, I notice that at least one of those, the CPU or GPU, is always running for the most part. But there's times when I wasn't running anything. But something I noticed, like, it'll have like a next attempt, and it'll have like a time right here. If you see that and it goes high, if you just click on the CPU or the GPU part, and then go here and hit pause, right click again, hit fold, then that timer, because that timer keeps going up, the number of failed times. So if you just do that, pause it, then hit fold again right here, then it kind of, I notice it resets that timer back, so you might then grab another job. I've been doing that a couple times. But right now, as you can see, the GPU job, it's coming along, it's 4%, and CPU's at 10% already. The slower the computer you have, it might take more time, you know. But like I said earlier, don't hook up something that's like antique, you know, to this, because then you're just wasting, you know, let's say 10, 20 bucks in electricity for a couple pennies of work. And that's not really efficient, you know what I mean? And then you'll have the vegans getting angry at you and telling you you're wasteful.
It's drunk grilling time. Today, we'll be smoking some cod. Put a little bit of butter in there. We use this as a mixing bottle. A little thyme. Some basil. Some garlic. And some dill.
I just want to stop here and say that the following video has been rated O for offensive. Watching this, you may laugh to some adult-themed jokes, and or wind up in a special place in the afterlife, but we're not there yet. So let's proceed.
Watching him come so hard, yet so funny.
Next, a little bit of light sodium soy sauce. For those who don't know, this is a charcoal chimney starter. Here's the view of it upside down. And we're just going to put paper in here in a ring. So what I want to do is leave the center open just a little bit. Then, for extra measures, I'll put some in here. Alright, now that we got that thing full, all we have to do is just light it underneath. And we'll just wait a few minutes. Alright, the next thing we need to do, this charcoal's about ready. You probably can't see it too well on camera, but it's there. Next thing we need to do is open these dampeners on here just a little bit. Alright, after a little bit of beating, I'm glad I only paid $30 this grill. Got that dampener open just a little bit. So next, we're going to place our wood. Place the biggest chunks in the middle. And set it on here. This is mesquite wood. Set it like that. And take these hot coals here and just dump it on top. I've got the cod on here opposite of the hot coals. That way that wood will start burning and give us a nice smoke. At this point I can pretty much shut the lid and just let this ride for a little bit until we hit a internal target temp of, I'm gonna go for 145. So let's talk a little bit more about the elephant on the couch. And no, I'm not talking about that big girl that came over there night drunk. Don't judge me. Big girls need love too. Even Pornhub is stepping up to the plate. They're now offering a free premium subscription to people. They're saying this to flatten the curve, but I'm not sure if they're trying to encourage people to stay at home or forcing them to wash their hands. I don't know. They say it's trying to flatten the curve, but to me it's more like pitching a tent. You decide. But their goal is to force people to wash their hands. Maybe in some cases people have to wash their ceiling fan too afterwards. We don't know. But I suppose staying at home and running the Folding at Home app, spending a little bit in electricity to help fight it, is probably better than being out in the street and getting a net thrown over your head and tossed in jail or whatever.
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break. I think they're blowing it way out of proportion.
Whatever kills me makes me stronger. I feel great.
Alright, move this over the coals, you can see. And let's get this one last check here. Should be really close. 138. Just a couple more seconds, we'll put some cheese on. Alright, what's happening now is the foil's kind of bubbling up. As you can see it rising. And the butter's coming out and dripping the hot coals, which is not a horrible thing because it'll give it a nice smoke flavor to it a little bit. Maybe just slightly at this point, it's about done. So I'm going to move this away from the hot coals and get another temp reading. This should be really close, like I said earlier. Just barely. It's about 140. So right now, almost 140. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese on at this point. So this grill here, I've actually never shown it in many of my videos, but it was a Lowe's clearance model and I paid like 30 bucks for it. It was normally like 60, but this is like 30. So I'm going to give you my opinion of this grill. First, let's start with the positive things about it. It actually, for as cheap built as this is, how little it cost, I like the fact that it has a side tray, obviously. The airflow control, I'm actually able to do good smoking on this grill. I've used it a few times, but it has good airflow control, able to do good smoking on it. I'm actually surprised. The downside is the rack in here is one piece, so it doesn't allow me to like put the food on the left and then pull the right side rack up, you know, to put wood or whatever, more charcoal on. It's just all one rack, so I gotta lift the whole thing up. So at some point I'll probably cut it in half. Now, another negative thing I don't like is it has a huge air gap there, which actually doesn't seem to be too much of a problem with barbecuing, but it lets a lot of rainwater in. So I like to try and reuse my charcoal if I can, you know, by choking it off when I'm done, but you know, a lot of rainwater gets in there and it's kind of, you know, anyway, that's about my only thoughts on it. I do like the smokestack though. Alright, well here it is. You know, if you want, maybe you can put that, cut it in half, put it on a sandwich bun with some mayonnaise and some avocado mixed up together or something. I probably might do something like that. I would show you a simple sandwich, but I don't have any veggies here. I'm trying to stay home and stay out of the grocery store, so I guess this will be it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you start folding at home. Maybe we can all get through this together.